Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be going over my money updates for March 2022 using my Clever Fox budget planner. If you are interested in this budget planner, it will be linked down below. I do have my Google Sheets version of this exact video, which actually goes into more detail, but I know some people prefer to see things written out. So I will have both of those options as well as a blog post for you to see, and whichever one floats your boat, you can view. For this one, we're gonna start with my money goals that I set for March, and we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So goal number one was to reach at least $1,000 or put at least $1,000 to my student loan savings. I did not do that. I got like 800 something. I'll give you the exact amount in just a moment. I wanted to make at least $1,500 in online income. That gets another X. Fortunately, I did make over $1,300, so we're not too far off, and that's always really helpful, but didn't hit my $1,500 goal. And then I wanted to reach a 10K net worth. That also gets an X. So I didn't meet any of my goals, my financial goals in March, unfortunately, but it's okay. As far as my net worth goes, I did get close. You'll see that number in a bit too, but yeah, just I had some unexpected expenses, so things didn't go as well as I hoped they would. Here I just have a little to-do list that I had filled in before March started, and I did make 3 debit purchases on my Upgrade Visa card. I actually got a $400 bonus for this. It was the easiest $400 I've ever earned. And then file my taxes on the 25th. And then I do have just some general money updates that I want to talk about, which I've listed here. First one is that I renewed my lease for this apartment that I live in, and that's going to be taking place in May. So May is when that new payment will go through. So currently I pay $14.11. That includes my rent, trash, and pest fee. But now it's going to increase to $15.37 for those 3 things, which is a pretty big increase. I think it's 126 or 124, one of those. I did negotiate that price down. I kept reaching out to the leasing office. I kept putting this in their head. So I was able to lower it by $38. They wanted to increase my rent by $164 or something around there. And that was just way too much. And I would have renewed my lease either way, but obviously I'm not going to tell them that. My current apartment, like my floor plan, goes for over $2,000 now, which is insane. But yeah, luckily I don't have to pay that rate, but I was expecting things to increase, and unfortunately that's just what it is. So I will have a prorated amount in May and then the full amount after that. Another big update is that my Millennial Money with the CNBC Millennial Money video aired yesterday. So on March 31st, I'll link that down below. And I am very excited about this, very grateful for this. I had applied in 2020 and they reached out to me just this past February, and everything happened kind of quickly. I will say I'm going to make a whole separate video on this because I want to I don't know, there's a lot of new viewers, obviously. And I want to make a video to explain some of the things on there because they turned, over an hour of me talking into less than 7 minutes of a video. And then they put my budget on the screen and it was completely wrong. So I'm quite a bit upset about that because the whole point of the video is here's what she makes, here's what she spends. And the spending is so off. And I'm low-key pissed about that. I don't even know how it happened. But it's fine. It was free. It's free promo. It's great. But I wish those numbers were correct. So I am going to make another video on that. But just to clarify, if you watch that and you see the numbers and you're like, what the hell is that? It wasn't me. Okay. That I did not get to see that video before it went up. I didn't get to see those numbers before it went up. So yeah. Final update, I filed my taxes and I owe money. We'll get to that in a bit. Let's take a look at my pay that I received in March. So I had 2 paychecks, which I'm not used to. So from my full-time job, I did start my new job. Paycheck 1 was $18.31.69. Paycheck 2 was $16.90.32. From my business income, I made $13.90.22, which is pretty good. And then extra income, I made $10.36.17. So had a really strong month with extra income. And of course, I will make a video breaking these down. If you're interested, that will be up in a few days. Then we have my savings amounts. So my total sinking funds, not including my tax savings, is $8,432.95. My student loans, I now have $15,508.94 saved for those. And then finally, the amount that I have invested is $17,786.37, which is insane. That's quite a bit of money, and I'm very happy about it. All right, let's get into my actual spending for the month. This first category is the home section. Rent and trash and pest fee, $14.11 per usual until next month. Wi-Fi, $55 with Google Fiber. Electricity, I budgeted $65 but was under budget at $61.47, which is always good. And then my water and sewage, I do know the month before, that was $53.19. So in total, I was under budget overall. $1,580.66 for home. We can move over to personal. Personal spending itself, I budgeted $150, ended up going a little bit over budget, $159.29. I did purchase clothes and bikinis and such for my vacation, which was the plan. That was what I wanted $150 for. And then I also bought like $12 of herbs and plants for my balcony, which I meant to budget, but I completely forgot to. It was only $12. In the springtime, I do like to have, plant some basil, some mint. I got some lavender and then some daffodils, but eventually I'll get like a tomato plant to put on my balcony as well. Business, budgeted $12, spent $12. For my dogs, they are with my sister. Our dogs, and we budgeted $642, or I budgeted $642, and then she had her own budget. But it ended up being $623 because this was what was originally owed, but we do have insurance for them and the vet visit, and part of the teeth cleaning I think that we got for one of our dogs was decreased because of that insurance. So that's good. Taxes, I budgeted $250. So this is tax savings that I would put toward my high yield savings account so I can pay my quarterly estimated taxes. I budgeted $250, ended up doing $300 because I made more in online income, so I needed to adjust for that. Gifts, I budgeted $50, spent $97.64. This was for a gift for my mom, gift for my stepmom, split with my sister, but then also I ended up purchasing a couple of tickets to an experience type thing with my boyfriend. So this is both of our tickets in there, and I did just pull from my sinking fund. Course, I didn't expect to purchase this. I probably could have had my job purchase it for me because it's related to my job. I'm studying for a second certification in Salesforce, and this is just like several practice exams for $12.99, and that's it there. So total $1,204.92. Next we have food spending. Groceries, I budgeted $500 because I have my Discover It credit card where it was 5% cash back, but they match the first year, so it would have been 10% cash back on groceries, so I was gonna max that out. And I basically did reach that without having to purchase gift cards to grocery stores, so I ended up only spending $359.40 at the grocery stores. Food out, I budgeted $30, but I did go over budget a little bit, $36.59. I got a coffee that was actually for my boyfriend and I. One coffee that was over $6. I went to get lunch out with my previous coworkers and then ended up getting ice cream for myself and my boyfriend. So in total for food, I was under budget, $395.99. So that's great. Next in entertainment, we have Netflix at $13.99, final month at that rate. Phone, $40, and that total is accurate, $53.99. Next is health and beauty. I budgeted $150, which was I was way off. I ended up spending $487.08. This does include a lot of supplement and like protein purchases, so kind of could go into the grocery category, but I just put it here. This also includes a visit to a sports chiropractor, which was over $120. So yeah, that's it, $487.08. Then we have my transportation. Gas, I budgeted $50. I did only get gas once, but it was early in March when prices were pretty high here. It reached $3.70 at this point, and then I was actually lucky because then a couple weeks later it was like $4.40 or something insane. But $51.32 for one fill up. Insurance, my car insurance, I pay a 6-month premium, $505.80. That is how much I paid. And this I pulled from my sinking funds. So I had, I think like $540 in my car insurance sinking fund. So that was covered. And then the rest of it I used for just spending. Parking, I budgeted $50 because I was expecting to go to Stone Mountain and get a parking pass, which is like $45, but didn't end up going, so that was $0. In total, I accidentally put this in red, but it was supposed to be green, which is why it looks weird now. Spent $557.12 in transport. Then down here we have my student loans. I budgeted $1,000. That was my goal, was to do $1,000. Ended up only saving $822.62, which is why I put it in red. And that was it for that. And then the other category, this was my CPA. I budgeted $285, ended up only being $275, so that's good. Sinking funds, always $1,200, including my emergency fund. Roth IRA, I did contribute $300 to VTSAX. Coinbase, I budgeted $100, but decided just to hold off on that, so didn't put anything in crypto. I donated my usual $50, always to animal rescues. And then I did owe taxes, as I mentioned, and that was $814 toward federal. I am getting a $277 refund for state, but that won't come in until who knows when. So I did already pay this, and I pulled from my tax savings sinking fund, which I actually do need that money to like pay my quarterly estimated taxes, but I didn't have enough money to cash flow this, to be honest, unless I would have pulled from like my emergency fund, which I don't want to do. So that total is $2,639. And if we look at everything, I spent $7,741.38. Now for just a breakdown and a review of everything. So my total expense, yeah, you just saw that. Total income and total expenses. You can see that my expenses were a little bit higher than my total income. This doesn't mean I'm overdrafting my account or anything. I'm just able to move money around, pull from sinking funds. Everything works out fine, and I don't like have revolving credit card debt. So yeah, just to clarify. And then this is the amount that I put toward my savings. Here's my little spending analysis. It's never perfect, but I try my best. Highest category is typically home, and then savings and investment is the next largest, so that's good. Then we have other category, just because this doesn't break it down well enough. After that would be personal spending, my student loans, and then transportation. The rest are pretty small. Then we're gonna run through these little questions here. My biggest wins this month. I reached over 15,500 saved for my student loans, which is a good milestone. My Millennial Money episode aired, which is bringing more traffic to this channel. Welcome if you are new. I'm very grateful I had this opportunity, and yeah, overall it was just like the coolest thing I've ever done. And then I started my new job, which I think is exciting. Did I achieve this month's goals? If not, why? None. I had more expenses than expected. The other goal I didn't reach was making all the online income that I wanted to, but that's just, I can't always control that. I try my best. Did I meet my budget? If not, why? No, I purchased a lot of fitness supplements, and then I owed taxes. Those were the two main problems. Where did I have the most trouble? What could I improve next month? I had the most trouble with taxes. I did not expect to owe that much money. And so I need to start saving/paying taxes for referrals, because that was the problem. It was my M1 Finance referrals. I didn't pay quarterly estimated taxes on that, and I guess I needed to. I didn't realize that, so that was a lot of money there that I didn't pay. Actions I will take next month to increase my income: 2+ videos per week per channel, and then write a blog post for Living Like Layla. And then actions I will take next month to cut my expenses. April's going to be expensive. I will try my best. That's what I wrote, because I don't think I can cut my expenses in April. Maybe after that, but just right now, you know, if you already saw my budget, it's expensive. All right, final thing to go over are my savings and net worth. If you want more detail on these, then definitely check out my blog post or my other video, because I break down my sinking funds, like, you know, by each sinking fund, etc., and all of my investments. So that would just be too much here, to be honest. Sinking funds total, not including my tax savings, $8,432.95. Student loan savings, $15,508.94. My total invested is $17,786.37. And then finally, my checking balance on the final day of the month was $2,715.71. This is all from the final day of the month after, the markets have closed, after my interest has gone through. And these are my assets. So in total, $44,443.97 in assets, which is great. And then my only liability, student loan debt. So if we subtract the two, we take the difference. My net worth is $8,443.97. I increased my net worth by about $3,000 from February to March, which is great. As I said, I didn't reach my $10,000 net worth goal, but we're kind of close. And I think I can get there in either April or definitely by May. But we are going in the right direction, so I'm happy about that. I am very grateful to have a positive net worth while still being in debt, and I know that once I actually start paying down the debt and the more money I have invested, the more this is going to go up, and I'm just looking forward to that so much. But, just one day at a time, 1 month at a time, and I am very happy with my progress. But yeah, that is my month of March. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them down below. Check out my blog post, check out my Millennial Money video if you haven't already. Check out my other video if you prefer to see things on Google Sheets or with more detail. And yeah, comment down below how your month of March went, or if you want to share your April goals, anything that's going on in your finance world, please feel free to comment that down below. But I do want to just say a big thank you to y'all for watching this, whether you've been here since the beginning or from any time, or you are brand new. I appreciate you being here. This has opened up a lot of opportunities for me, and I am just feeling really grateful. So thank you so much for your support. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video.